This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, today I thought I'd show you a little trick that you can use to create some cool sounding licks like those you heard in the intro there. This is a technique that's used by pretty much everybody. You may recall that a while ago I did a video on how I had to fake my way through a Gary Moore solo that, frankly I couldn't play, but I managed to fake it. Well, the solo in question used this kind of technique. You will also see this technique at work in the Live Forever solo by Noel Gallagher, obviously Oasis, and it's in Chinatown by Thin Lizzy. And one of these little examples we're going to be looking at today is quite a favourite of both Eric Johnson and Joe Bonamassa. So, what's going on then? Well, I'll show you. Okay, so what you do is you find a familiar scale pattern or run or something such like, and I'm going to be using this one. A little E minor pentatonic run there that takes me up the neck. The next thing you do is think of a number. Okay, and I'm, in this example, going to use 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 3 notes up the scale from my starting note here, this D note. Okay, then I'm going to play 3 notes up the scale again, this time starting from the second note. Then 3 notes up from the third note. Then 3 notes up from the fourth note. And so on. Just ascending the scale like that. Here it is all run together. There we go. And you can quite easily take a little thing like that and make it into a lick. Bit like this. You're going to hear it played nice and slow, 60 beats per minute, then 100 beats per minute, and then over a jam track also at 100 beats per minute. And that ends up sounding really rather pleasing, I think. I was also doing another little trick there rhythmically. It was called a 3 against 4 polyrhythm, but I'm not going to go into that just now because that's an entire video in itself. So let's take a look at the next thing. This time I'm going to do a descending run, which is, this time we're going to go in 4s, and I'm going to start here, 7th fret on the E string. Again, we're using E minor pentatonic, and I'm going to come down 4 notes from this B note here, like that, okay? And this is incidentally using the very top part of position 3 of E minor pentatonic. But once I've done that initial 4-note descent, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to slide up into pattern 4. for this note here. This would be the next note that I would descend from in, you know, if I was staying in this pattern, but I'm just going to that note in the next pattern up. Then I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to slide up again, this time into pattern 5. There's my phone pinging there. Then I'm going to slide up into pattern 1, and then I'm going to slide up into pattern 2. And I'll finish on this E note here. So here's all of that run together. Or something like that. And that to me gives like a rather pleasing sound, because you've got these ascending slides in the middle of a pattern, which is on the middle of a lick rather, which is essentially descending, and I like the contrast of that. Anyway, here's the same thing again, this time played nice and slowly at 60 beats per minute, and then at 100 beats per minute, and once again over a jam track also at 100 beats per minute. Now finally we move on to, let's do another descending run, and this time we're going to go in 5s, and I'm going to play in this kind of E minor pentatonic position here. So once again, exactly the same principle. I'm going to start on this note, and I'm going to come down 5 notes of the scale. Then I'm going to start on this note, which is 1 note lower than I started on last time. Then on this note, and so on, just coming down 5 notes as one lump of it, and then starting the next 5 note descent 1 note lower in the scale than the last time I started it. And if you play that to a 60 beats per minute metronome, then 100 beats per minute metronome, then 100 beats per minute jam track, it'll sound like this. So there you go, just basically coming down a scale or going up a scale in overlapping groups of notes. So if you're coming down in 5s, you play 5 notes down from the top note of the scale, then 5 notes down from the next note down, then 5 notes down from the next note down, or go 3 notes up from the lowest note of the scale, then 3 notes up from the next note up, and so on. You know, basically the explanation speaks for itself. If you want tabs for these tracks, then they are going to be available on my Patreon page, along with a load of other benefits that you get for just $3 a month. And there's also that jam track up there that you heard me jamming some of those licks over. And that's pretty much it for today, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed this, found it useful, informative, and maybe even a little bit inspiring you to go out and create some brand new licks that you wouldn't necessarily have thought of if you hadn't been aware of this overlapping groups of notes technique. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and give me a like while you're at it. Also, think about checking out the Patreon or merchandise. All that sort of stuff is down there in the description box. And I'll just take this opportunity to wish you a good day, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now, folks.